Hey everyone, my name's Ryan. I am the owner-operator of RPK Customs. This is going to be my first introduction video for YouTube. I've made a few other videos in the past and put them on Facebook. But I figured, you know, it's a little bit easier to put them on YouTube, but just so I can have a link. If anybody wants to watch them, I can just send them a link. So, yeah, this one's just going to be kind of going over the V2 kit and what you would get in it. This is the V2 right here. Turn it this way so you can see. This is the raw kit. This is how it comes. I do offer a weathering service, which will look something like that when you get it. But this is just to show you kind of, you know, what you get in the kit. Emitter comes off. Your LED is housed right in there. Your electronics. See if you can try to get in the light so you can see. It's pretty roomy in there. You can fit crystal focus. You know, I have a Nano Biscotti V4 in mine, just something small. Chassis systems are being designed by GOT3 Designs right now. They're not yet available. By the way, when you get this, when you get it raw, the threads are going to feel gritty, and that is actually a lapping compound, or I think they call it valve grinding compound. Aluminum is really soft and gummy, and putting this on the threads, it makes it so that the threads won't get jammed. There won't be a little aluminum chip in there, and they won't lock up on you. If you're painting this yourself, once you strip this, put your chemical base layer on, if you're using that, you can take this stuff off. It just comes off pretty easy, just, you know, rubbing alcohol or whatever. But if you do take this off, or when you do take it off, you're going to want to reapply like some kind of silicone lubricant. I recommend silicone. You can use pretty much anything, but silicone is it seems to work the best for aluminum. So yeah, so there's that. This is what my weathering process looks like. This clamp is a Graflex shop clamp, and it was from the original run. You can see, if I can get my camera to focus, you can see that the lines are really shallow, which I didn't really mind when I ordered it because I thought it kind of fit with the weathering of the V2. The clamp card is a sloth furnace. It is the vintage, I believe it's called the vintage finish. I think that's what it is, with the silver solder. I add the gaffer tape to all my builds, and this is what it. Once you take that this lapping compound off, the threads get really nice and smooth. And I just have a copper chassis that I made. I haven't, you know, done anything fancy with it. I haven't milled it out or anything. It's just basic. Yeah. Turn it this way so you can see the lights over here. I'm having a hard time figuring out my angles here. This is not included in the kit, this little plug right here. This is something that I will include in my paint and weathering service, if you choose to opt that way. All it is a stainless steel dowel pin. I got it at Ace Hardware. I think it was like 39 cents or something like that. I just cut it down by about 1/16 of an inch, just so it'll clear your LED in there, which you can just cut it in half and whatever. But I had a sander, so I just sanded a little bit off, and it works out pretty good. I tapped the hole in the side of the emitter right here. It doesn't come tapped, This was something that we added after. You know, I really like shine through, so I didn't really feel like I had to make anything like that. It's pretty simple just to go out and get a dowel pin and just throw it in there. So if you don't feel like tapping that hole, you can just put a dab of hot glue, epoxy, super glue, anything like that. It'll hold it. And something like hot glue, you're still going to get a little bit of shine through because there's a slight gap. It doesn't fit perfect in there. So yeah, so here, I'll should give you a little demo real quick. So you still get a little bit of shine through, which I really like. I really like shine through. On the sabers I have sound in, I don't really like to put sound in all of them. I'm more of a static prop person, but I wanted at least one V2 that had sound in it, just so that I could, you know, show it off, display, and of course play with. This rectangle nut right here, it comes with the kit, but this particular one I just yanked out of the Grayflex clamp bar. It came out pretty easy, just a pair of pliers, but we do include it in there. There's your lever. That comes in the kit. You also get a knurled nut, D-ring, your square chunk right there. You get 2 set screws, one for the booster section right here, and the other one is for the blade retention, which I can show you a weathered one. That is your blade retention ring, which I know a lot of people don't like this. A lot of people don't like this extension right here, but it's really hard to design a thin neck that can accept a blade and be sturdy. A lot of them, you know, if you put a blade in and they're not rated for dueling at all, they're just kind of for show, and the blade kind of flops around in there. So I want to make something that was a little bit more sturdy and a little bit more durable. Once it's on and you're kind of out and about, it doesn't really look like too much, especially from a distance. Like it's somebody else, you know, somebody else looking at it. It's not that bad. I've had a couple people ask me if I'm going to make ones that are flat just for display, and I don't really know. I kind of want to, but at the same time, I don't get enough requests for them, so I don't really know if it's going to be worth it to make. So for now, we're just going to stick with this, and that I'll show you what it looks like with the blade emitter on. There it is. And I also have The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens behind the scenes. This is the shot that we got a couple years ago on the Target exclusive. That's what it looks like in there. And we made this kind of like a plug so that you get a really nice deep depth in this portion right here. I think it looks really nice. It doesn't affect the LED at all. It clears it as long as you don't use a heat sink. This is designed so that the LED can sit right at the base. Aluminum's pretty good at heat transfer, so you don't have a problem there. Yeah, that's what it looks like with the TLJ blade plug on. And I actually have one that is weathered that I can show you. So it looks like a, you know, carbon scoring or whatever deep down in there. So yeah, I just kind of want to go over everything you get in the kit. They are available for order on my website, rpkcustoms.com. You can find me on the Facebook groups, on Facebook at facebook.com/rpkcustoms. You can email me, what is it, gmail.com, rpkcustoms@gmail.com, Instagram at rpkcustoms. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.